Annie, huepa!
Hey,
Yo,
hi.
yo, I feel so hood right now. I couldn't run the music and have a ring light on at the same time. What the fuck?
No, it's fine. Okay, my internet is ghetto as
Yo,
hell right now.
what is I know, Annie, but you know what? We're gonna release those ghetto vibes of my ring light not working and jacked up internet, and we are gonna manifest the right and perfect time together, Annie. Yes.
Yes. Oh my God,
I
it's so
see it.
cute.
Yo,
Emi.
it's so good to see. We have so many like connections via like the world and people and like life, and but this is the first time of us meeting in this virtual space, so I'm grateful.
Me too.
I'm
I've heard so many beautiful things, and everybody that saw that I was going to be doing this with your lovely, beautiful self was like, "Oh my God, you're going to have so much fun. He is amazing." So,
well, you are amazing, and everything that you are doing and you are about is amazing. I'm a huge fan of not just of not just of your work on Hintified, but just like everything, and I can't wait to explore that so that everyone else, if they don't already know how fabulous you are, Annie, they will know, chat, who have not seen Gentefied, which you get a little papao. Just let them know a little bit about the show and your character of Lydia, who's so freaking fierce. Yeah.
first of all, thank you so much for watching it and for showing us so much love. That
Always.
means the world to me. Just to be a part of a project like Hintified, which I think is it just it shows so many different facets of the Latinidad and how full-bodied of characters we can be. You know, we are not allowed so many shows where we can be our full authentic selves. Usually we're catering towards Anglo audiences, and it felt like as much as we could, as much as the creators and everyone else could, they allowed us just to be our authentic selves. So it's a show centered around the beautiful Morales family. They own a taco shop. They're struggling with gentrification in the area. Not only are they struggling with that, as well as gentrification happening and gentrification happening, which is essentially your own people going in, buying up, replacing, and displacing the people that live there, correct? They are also dealing with emotional turmoil, a coming of age story, family struggles, you know,
Birth.
like
Yeah. Baby daddy stuff.
daddy stuff. So I am a college, Lydia Solis, the character that I play on Hintified. She is an Ivy League graduate, graduated from Stanford. She is working at East LA College. She is trying to apply to now work at Stanford. She is pregnant with Eric's baby, who is one of the pivotal characters in the Morales family. So there's
And so fine. So fine.
everybody on that show. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like,
Everybody.
thank you.
Yeah. Keep it professional.
I'm like,
Yeah,
oh
I
my
know.
God. Yeah,
For
it was,
real.
oh,
But we're such a beautiful people. Like that's the reality. It's just like everyone's gorgeous. Yeah.
and beautiful. I think what we see even more, their spirits radiating.
Yes.
You know, because all
Yes.
of these people, God, the energy from everybody on set, everybody's like, shut up, you guys aren't really friends. And I'm like, no, it's actually kind of ridiculous because
But that's what's so beautiful about our experience, because if you talk to people from like we've had people from Vida on the show, you know, and it's the same thing. It's just like the beauty of our people coming together to create excellence, you know. And Lydia is excellence. She is like, she's so empowered, and one of the things that I love about her, she knows exactly what she wants and what she's willing to accept and allow into her life. And I was just wondering, like, what have you learned from Lydia, or you know, and how does that translate into how Annie navigates the world?
oh my God, I've learned so much from her. I found so much healing playing her.
Mm.
My mom, college educated, went to school, single mom. My dad wasn't in the picture as much until I got older. But in that struggle, I realized how difficult all of these different layers are to being a woman, being a mother, being, you know, trying to climb up the economic ladder to make change, to make systemic change. And like, she had all these different layers, and it gave me so much it forced me to understand that so many things can exist in a space at once.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
forced me to understand womanhood and motherhood and how you can want the best for your child, but still at the end of the day want someone to hold you and love you until you're beautiful, and how difficult it can be. You know, it gave me such a different vantage point. It forced me to regain my strength and
Mm.
more vigilant for what I want, and to not be afraid to say no to someone else, because that means I'm saying yes to myself.
Woo! Preach! Ah! Yes,
Lydia.
you better. You know, and that's what the show does so well. Like you were talking about it earlier, but the humanity and the complexity of the human experience across the board, but like specifically when it comes to Latinidad, you know. Um, Shout out to the creators. Shout out to the creators and the writers at Hintified. Yeah.
God.
And they write, the two of them write everything, or is there a team?
No. They have a writer's room.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw the live version that you did of the table read, I think of episode 103. That y'all did maybe it was so like there's just so much joy even in that, and it was crazy to see how that translated. You know, I was talking earlier about how gente-fied was the first thing that I kind of committed to in quarantine, and it was such a gift. What's the gift that is brought into your life?
Quarantine?
No, not well. If you want to go there, we can go there. But I was talking specifically of gente-fied and the gente-fied experience.
God, the gift.
But yeah, we can go there.
All of it. I mean, listen, we can go there if you want.
Let's go there, whatever you want, girl. Emotion don't scare me, Annie.
Okay, neither does it me. You come on, you already know. Let's go.
Let's go, L.
Gente-fied, I mean, shit, man. Just it existing. That story first came out on the digital platform, you know? Like, I remember I went to Sundance Next Fest and watched it there. I'm really good friends with Linda. I've known her for a while, and also friends with Marvin because of Linda. We got to work on a project together, and we just all, like, it was one of those things where, so anything they did after, I was just so proud. And to see something representing where I grew up, especially, and in an authentic way and in a multi-layered way, you know, it's like you saw the people from the hood, you saw the people trying to get out the hood, you saw the people that believe there's like this amalgamation of characters that I was like, this feels authentic to me, to my experience, you know. And it was nice to see that represented, and for it to be a love letter to my community. God, honestly, by it just existing.
I mean, honestly, I couldn't get over the fact when you just said that, because that hit me straight to the heart. Like, just the bravery that it takes just to exist and to live in our truth and our humanity. Like, that's a statement, and that's like, we have to continue to do that, and that's why we continue to create on every realm. And like, that shit is brave. That shit is brave.
Yeah.
Wow.
So inspiring. It forces me to want to be my best self, you know.
Always. And you do that, Annie. You do. I follow you with your rituals. I don't want to go there yet, but it's just like you are just so brave, and that shows in all of your work. And I have to say something, like, in terms of storytelling, the bravery of the storytelling of gente-fied, but you also get to be another part of another one of my favorite stories in Vida. Like, I literally create Vida gente-fied crossovers in my head because they're in the same neighborhood. It's like, yo, these people would totally hang out with each other. But you are the link, Annie. What is that like?
I think about, they're like there's a couple of shows out right now in our time, right? But for those two shows especially, right, for them to be out representing East LA in the way that they do, for me to be a part of both of them, I'm like, wow, that's kind of amazing. I'm so grateful that I've had the opportunity to be in both spheres, like with amazing Latinx creators and artists, and just, oh God, just grateful is always what I.
But you're like a Latinx Avenger.
Yes!
You get no, but for real, it's just, because one of the things is, like, those characters will hang out with each other. Like, that they go to Vida, you know what I'm saying, and they hang out at the bar, and it's just like, I literally think about that. I think about the timeline and all alternate universe.
Joe, in our heads too, we were like, okay, here's what could happen, right? Like, because East LA, like, you know, the landmarks. It would be hilarious. No,
Yeah, and they eat it at Mama Fina's, like totally. They go
yo,
there
for
after me.
that.
Yeah, I'm a dork. I'm sorry.
Yeah, write an episode. We'll put that shit.
Yo, for real, because they're like, well, I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of legalities that can't let it happen, but, you know, but like in my head, fan fiction, I'm already there. I'm already there. So we were talking about bravery, and I know you are so brave. You are so brave. Like it's always so weird because like when you like follow somebody on Instagram, especially like their stories, and you see them doing like the intimacies of like, you know, saging and Palo Santo and talking about so many aspects of your life. You know, I got my incense, I got my palo, I got my everything. You know, I have my crystals right here, girl. But what is that like? Like, but to me, it's so personal. Like in my truth, like it's very personal. What was it that led you to be so open and share so much of your spiritual journey online? Because I think that's fierce.
God, I feel like I've always been one of those people that can't do surface too well,
Mm.
which is probably why I like being a storyteller, why I like delving into heavy emotions and reconstructing. I was watching the Super Bowl. I tell this story all the time because this was like a pivotal moment. I was watching the Super Bowl and I'm looking at the popping up and I'm like, ugh, all these fucking products, like, what are they selling? Like, why is this on? Like, it gross, like consumerist, right? So I start going down that rabbit hole. And one of my friends looks at me and he's like, and, you know, gente-fied hadn't come out yet. And he's like,
Yeah.
Annie, you're literally a product that's about to be consumed. Like,
Mm.
and I was like, ah. And I was like, okay, so maybe it's not the product. Maybe it's not the consumers. It's what's being sold.
Mm.
So I was like, well, if I'm a product, before someone can tell me who they think I am and project their ideas on me of, you know, because I like, no, I'm going to tell you who I am, what I believe in, and what I stand for. Because I think what I stand for, the basis of it is love, is expansion, is self-discovery.
Yeah.
More beautiful than that. And I'm not telling anybody how to do anything.
Yeah.
That's where that started. So especially as I started getting more of an influx of, and I've always been like this on my stories, when I started going through things, what I realized when I went through therapy 2 years ago was we all talk about it's okay, just start. And then we talk about once you've done most of the work and now you're finally feeling better. No one talks about when you're in the thick of it. And for the last 2 years, I've been in the thick of it, of like, who am I? What do I believe? I'm, you know, this coming of age series of myself, this new season, you know. So I thought that it was something important to share, whether I had 45,000 people to talk to or 5, it doesn't matter, but it's a ripple effect. So that's kind of what brought me to that whole.
Well, I thank you for doing it because it really has touched me. As someone who identifies with the universe and the creator and knowing that there's something bigger that's happening, it's just, it makes me want to be as brave, you know? Yeah.
No, you are though. That's what it
Yeah.
is.
But I mean, everybody's thing is different. Like, it's something that I hold so close to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's my armor. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
Let me tell you though, you being able to do this, right? Host something like this so many times to dedicate that energy. This is bravery. This is, you know, like you said, everybody does it differently. I go on my IG lives and I can be by myself, right? Sometimes like putting out an EP still is not something that I've gotten myself to do yet, but we're all figuring it out and it all manifests in different ways. That's why I'm we're at right now.
Wow. And you know what's crazy is this, you just hit the nail on the head, because this is something that I never thought I would end up doing. This was completely, you know, divine timing, where it was like a friend of mine, Victor Rasuk, we were going to interview him, and he was like, yo, I want to do it with you. He's like, I want you to, because somebody else was supposed to do it. And I was like, okay, is that cool? And then people took to it, and then all of a sudden it became this. And it's just like, and I have a thing, like I have never been a fan of my voice, you know, like my speaking voice. I was like, oh, and then all of a sudden it's just like, what up, Charles? Chelsea's in the motherfucking house.
Hey! Yo, that is my sister.
We had shout out to Chelsea. But yeah, and it was one of those things where it's like, you know what? Because you know, in addition to acting, I'm a writer, so that's usually how I express my voice. But you know, the creator has given me this gift to really connect with people, and once receiving that message, you know, I honor that now, and I'm grateful to have this platform and for us to be in this virtual space. So thank you.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Whatever.
Yes.
So it's so funny,
Also,
like
really quick, you have to shout out Chelsea, her movie, The Tax Collector,
tax.
everybody.
It hits tomorrow or today. Tomorrow, today. One of them.
Tomorrow is the premiere, I believe, at the ArcLight. Yes, tomorrow. Right?
Yes.
Chelsea,
So tax
7.
collector, come support Chelsea. Yes, because that's really how we, you know, we talk about, you know, how, you know, we take this and not just make it a moment but a movement. But that's like how we do it. We support each other, and we have to do it clearly, you know, because nobody else is gonna do it for us. So
Yeah,
yes.
and we from that vantage point. What do you want? Keep focusing on that. That's it.
Amen. Amen. What has, since we're in the spiritual realm, what has been the best piece of advice you've ever given?
This is my favorite. Decide what you want. Decide how you feel about it. And if it's decide how you want to feel about it, start practicing that feeling.
Repeat that for the decide what you want. Yeah.
Decide what you
Decide
want.
how you feel about it. Wait.
It.
And how you feel about it. Work.
Decide how you want to feel about it.
How you want.
Start
yeah. And practice. Yeah. Because people, like, we get to choose our thoughts. Do you know what I'm saying? We get to choose them. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. No, like, and that totally affects, you know, how we navigate, you know, our lives and the experiences that, you know, we encounter in the world.
And yeah, it transitions. So say I want $1 million, and I'm thinking like, that's gonna be hard. It's gonna be difficult. Then the energy around it is always gonna be hard, difficult. It's not gonna be easy to attain, right? But if I'm like, $1 million, I'm deserving. To me, slowly but surely, things start happening. Life starts to. That's just how it works.
Yeah, and it don't mean it's gonna happen tomorrow, and it don't mean you don't need to put in the work. You can't just. But like once you decide on that, and that, yeah, stuff changes, man. Like, yeah, totally. That is a great piece of advice. Speaking of advice, for those of you who have questions, please throw them in the question box so that Miss Annie can answer them if you can. Put them in the question box. What is the best piece of advice you've ever received?
The only thing that comes to mind is my grandma the other day, like other. We were sitting outside. She's such a cool ass older lady, man. A woman ahead of her God. Like identifies as, she doesn't identify in any realm, but she's like, I fall in love with the person, not the sex, right? Since I was a little, and then since I once they came out and was like, me too. She was like, girl, oh my God, am I frozen?
You are a little frozen, but we're gonna work. Hello.
Ah!
All right, so well, you're back. You're back. I think, yeah. You can't hear me? Hello. Is it a me? Because I can't hear you. Can y'all hear us in the chat? Can the chat hear y'all? Is it me or is it us? Can y'all is it me? Annie, you can't hear me because I can't hear you. Can y'all hear us? Also, Angie, you can hear me or you can hear Annie? All right. So, all right, you can. The joys of going live. The joys of going live. So, Annie, why don't you? Are we back?
We're back.
Yeah. See, ain't no internet issues gonna stop us. What? We got this. It's all good. I told you I don't got my music though. You know what I'm saying? It was in the ring light because I gotta get this glow. You know. So we were talking about Abuela and her fierceness and how you yeah.
Yes, so we were outside, right? We're talking, and she's just reminiscing over a drink and a joint. Like, this is how cool my grandma is, let me tell you. So we're just sitting out there, and she goes, I was like, Grandma, because I've been asking everybody, what do they think the meaning of life is? She goes, Mija, I think the meaning of life is living your blessing. She goes, She goes, I think the way that God gives you a dream and how to make God happy, you have to start living the dream that you want to achieve. She's like, I think dream was to be able to live life over and enjoy and not have any struggles. And she's like, and you know what, Mija? You're living your dream. You're making God very happy. And it's just like, I love
that there's nothing else. That is the truth. Yeah, that's the truth. Live it, because there's no separation. Like, that's what we were put here for. You know what I'm saying? All that other stuff that people put on us, that's all made up imaginary bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I love. Shout outs to
God.
Grandma. Is Grandma still on? Is she still on this plane? Yes. Tasa, what up? Tough Bronx says what's up. All right, so we're gonna go into this question box. Oh, we gotta shout out Chelsea. This is from Chelsea. Favorite memory of gente-fied. Aw.
Oh, Chelsea, I love you.
I love you too, Chelsea.
Favorite memory
Favorite
from
memory.
okay. Oh, what? It was a day. Dang, there's so many good ones. Oh, I know. Episode 4, we were shooting, and Carlos had to do. It was the rave scene. It was the same episode. It was America Ferrera directed. It was the same episode that I did my first on-screen kiss, and Carlos showed his butt. So we all showed up to support Carlos and showing his cute little butt cheeks, and it was a lot of fun.
You know what's crazy? Is that everybody's favorite scene is the rave scene. So we had Meli on from Vida, and that was her favorite. She had a rave scene. That was her favorite shooting scene of Vida. Isn't that crazy?
I wasn't even in. Yeah. I mean, I was pregnant as hell, so we were just there being like,
you're like,
he's gonna show his butt. He's gonna show his butt. It was so good. And to top it off, like, we all weren't working, or at least I wasn't working that day, so I came in stoned, and I was like,
yes, you're like, I'm here, and I don't have to put the maternity belly on. Yes. This is from my boy. Oh, you know Francisco too. What type of role character are you gonna play? That's a little bro. He's amazing, right?
Ooh. I want to play like a mafiosa.
Yes.
I want to be like. Have you ever seen Savages with Salma Hayek?
I have not. I'm sorry.
Oh God!
But I'll take your word for it. I'll take your word for it. Right now.
There's this movie called Savages, and plays. She's just like a boss. Like, I want to play like a ruthless or like a superhero, like something that's just tough and stoic and to the point, because I know I'm so animated and bubbly. I would just love to see that range, you know, and I know I could do it. So,
well, I need to see you play a superhero, because you are a superhero in real life, so it just makes sense that you would do that on screen. Chelsea, I got you. I'm definitely gonna watch that.
Chelsea says not watch.
I got you. Let me tell you something. When Chelsea says to watch something, you better do it. You better do it, because she will like not play.
Oh,
she be knowing. Not only that, but she will school you on the reasons. Like, let me tell you. So I was team Coño on Insecure. I wasn't team Issa. I was team Molly for a little while, and Chelsea took me to school, and now I was team Issa by the end of this past season.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have time for 2 more questions. Would you write a book? And I'm gonna add on. If so, what would it be about?
Actually, that's so lately I've been thinking about doing a guide journal because I do so much of journaling, and everybody's always you know, asking me like what prompts I use and everything else. I feel like that would be a lot of fun. So that's something that I've been thinking about.
Yes, yeah, and it's fear like that whole kind of self-help, like spiritual journey. Like I could totally see that. Like yes, we got to get you a publisher.
I'm gonna
Yes,
tell somebody.
I was Team Molly. Don't be judging me until Chelsea changed me. Until Chelsea changed me.
Don't judge. Okay, this is a
Don't
healing
judge me.
space.
Right? Well, you know what?
Love you.
I love you. You know what happens though sometimes? The energy is just too much. There's too much power happening, so they're feeling it, and Instagram can't take the power that's happening. That's really what it is. By the way, you should call me right after the talk insecure. I was the 1, 2, 3 way. We haven't discussed the finale, and like Chelsea went in on it, like
I haven't seen it. Don't judge
at all.
me.
No,
I'm not. Like episode 5. I don't have HBO.
No, I hear you, girl. If you want to pass, I'll give you the passport. We can share a passport. We there, you know what I'm saying?
Oh my God, we're there.
We're there. It's okay, you know. We'll make it work. I'll DM you. Yo, but let's thank everybody, the entire chat, just for being with us today, because like y'all were with us, you know, even through the technical difficulties, and that means, you know, so much to us. For those of you, Team Lawrence all day. You know, I'm living for the new one. Her new love interest that she kind of did. Like, we'll talk about. Fine. Yeah, but we can watch together. Rewatch. Yes. You got people just throwing. You got people throwing HBO codes at you. Annie.
I got love.
On the real, thank you, Annie. For you are such a light. You are such a joy to have, and I'm so grateful that we finally got this connection. And we'll be in each other's lives. Thank you all. We all love you, Annie. Thank you all. We love y'all for being a part of this. Thank you for watching DULCE on the New York Latino Film Festival. If you want, please feel free to follow us, New York Latino Film Festival, on the Instagram, as well as our YouTube channel. And you can see all the other DULCEs, including the one with our homegirl, Miss Chelsea from Vida. Thank you all. Yes, please go watch it. We love y'all. Annie, love you. Thank you.
Bye.
Peace. Later. Bye.